Welcome to another episode of the Money Wheel Podcast. The journey to wealth starts here with your host, Don Shade.
Hello, friends and future millionaires. Welcome to this episode of the Money Wheel. My name is Kris Hutchinson. So yesterday, Don told you that today we're going to be talking about setting up your email autoresponder. So let's get started with that. Now, if you go over to resources.moneywheelpodcast.com, we've got 3 great autoresponders that you can use. And they are MailChimp, Aweber, and SendLane. Now, throughout our time doing online business, we've used all 3 of these, and they're perfectly great products. We recommend using MailChimp if you're just getting started. If you've never used an autoresponder before, this is definitely one to cut your teeth on. The great thing about it is it's free up until your first 1,000 contacts. So if you've never used an autoresponder before, go over and check out MailChimp. Aweber and SendLane are a little bit more advanced and more robust. And they've got some great features involved with them. And they're definitely worth the price for those if you're looking for a more advanced experience. Now, besides that, we also have 2 all-in-one platforms that you can use, either Entreport or ClickFunnels. Now, ClickFunnels is great because it sets up all of your funnels for you. They have a ton of great templates and makes setting up everything a breeze. And they also have an autoresponder built into their platform to send the emails out. Now, Entreport is more of a CRM, so it's a customer relationship management tool. But along with that, you can set up your own landing pages, you can set up your own email responses, and a ton of automation, which is why we use it. So depending on your experience and what you're looking for, those are some great tools that we have available, and you can find links to those over at resources.moneywheelpodcast.com. Now, when you set up your autoresponder, the first thing you're going to need is an email address. And this can't be a Gmail or a Yahoo or anything like that. It needs to be from your actual domain name. Now, if you go back to episode 70 and 71, we talk about setting up your domain name and your email address. And now you can just forward this email address to your normal inbox, whether it's Gmail or wherever. But the address itself has to be unique and it has to belong to your domain. Some other things to consider are learning how the automation is done through your autoresponder. What are the triggering events that start off the automation? Is it that they join the list? Is it that they open an email or they were sent the previous email? Usually what we do is when you opt into our list, you'll receive 5 or 10 emails automatically before you get moved over to our broadcast list. So these are going to be the same 10 emails that are an introduction to yourself and your product. And you want to make sure that you're sending the same information out to everybody. So it's just an automated email. It doesn't matter when they sign up for the list. Based off of that time frame, whether it's 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, is when they receive that email. And then afterwards, what we do is we move them to a broadcast list. And this is where you actually schedule live emails. So we'll say, once they're on the broadcast list on Tuesday, they're going to get the same email as everybody else that same Tuesday. Whereas if they're brand new to that broadcast list, they may not have received, Sunday's email or Monday's email. So those are just some things to consider about how to use your autoresponder. And we'll get more advanced into that in a future episode. But until then, we'll see you next time on the Money Wheel.
Thank you for listening to the Money Wheel Podcast. If you enjoyed this episode, please subscribe and like the podcast. For everything that was talked about in today's amazing show, go to moneywheelpodcast.com and get today's show notes, past episodes, and most importantly, you can connect with Don Shade on all his social media platforms. Again, at moneywheelpodcast.com. If you are just looking to email Don, you can email him at don@moneywheelpodcast.com. For a list of all our tools we use in our business, you can go to moneywheelpodcast.com/resources. Again, thank you for listening to today's podcast, and see you in our next episode of the Money Wheel Podcast.